Flirt newsfeed.
Welfare.
This is Colm Dunne for Flirt FM Newsfeed, and I'm talking to Andrew Chapple from Yap Galway. Andrew, hello.
Hello, Colm, and hello to Flirt FM, and thank you for joining us on the launch of our annual report.
Now, can you just give us a little bit of background as to what Yap Galway is?
YAP stands for Youth Advocate Programme, and Youth Advocate Programme is an intensive support programme for young people and families with complex needs.
Okay, and so you've launched your report today. The theme of YAP's annual report for 2013 was partnership. Are you going with the same model this year?
Yeah, absolutely. Just to kind of fill you in on Youth Advocate Programme, Youth Advocate Programme is funded by the Child and Family Agency, which was, up until last year, the HSE. And we work with at-risk groups of young people. The young people who are experiencing or are going through dangerous activities, young people who aren't participating or attending school, young people who are involved in drugs and alcohol. But it's not really about them issues. What's important and unique about Youth Advocate Programme is our approach and how we work with young people. The whole backbone of our programme is developing a trusting relationship with young people. Every young person that's referred to our service is matched with an experienced and trained advocate. And that advocate works in a very non-judgmental way, in a child-centred way, to work with that person over a 6-month programme or a 6-month period.
And can you give us like some sort of examples as to how your advocates work with kids?
Okay. Yeah, we have again, like I said, it's a 6-month program. It's a 26-week program, and we want first of all to build up a trusting relationship between the advocate and the young person and their family. So that's the first bit of partnership. We need that partnership in order to use that partnership as really the foundation to do any work. When we're working in Youth Advocate Programme, we concentrate on 4 key pillars, and we're looking for the young person and their family to make their own goals around, first of all, themselves as individuals, themselves then within their family, specific goals around their education, and then how active and how they participate in their own community. So, first of all, we want to see where do they see themselves as young people at themselves, and where do they want to be, and how in 6 months can we get there. We go back to the family and say, like, what type of family do they want to be in 6 months' time? Or do they want to be in a family that's able to sort out their own issues as they arise? And if they do want that, how can Youth Advocate Programme support them? Again, specific goals around education and then around community. Where do they get involved in their community? And how can they get involved more? Like when I'm talking about we're involved in at-risk groups, a lot of young people that we work with aren't involved in their communities. They're the young people that don't go to the mainstream youth clubs, that don't get involved in the local GA or soccer clubs. So what we try and do is by having that advocate there, by having that experienced role model work with them, is to break down the barriers that stop young people participating, break down the barriers and support them to attend, and then fade out our support where they don't need us and they can just be kind of plugged back into their community over a period of time. Today is the launch of our annual report, and when we boil it all down, what does our annual report tell us? It really tells us that Youth Advocate Programme and this approach, it works. And part of our programme is that we ask the young people on the programme and their parents to self-report about what has worked well for them. It's not ourselves saying that they've done very well. We ask them what has done well for them. And young people are saying that by being on the Youth Advocate Programme for 6 months, that they have better relationships with their peers. They're self-reporting that their confidence and self-esteem has increased. They're saying that their behaviour at school is better and their attendance is better. And parents are kind of disclosing and reporting that their parenting skills and how to deal with situations have increased, and they're linking in better and working better with natural supports that are out in the community. Well, what we're trying to do is work with families to come up with solutions to the issues that present in their family. And every family is different, every young person is different. So having a one-size-fits-all isn't what Youth Advocate Programme is. The kind of key features of this programme is it's extremely flexible. And regardless of what's going on, and again I said it doesn't matter about what the issues are, it's about the approach. The advocates, again, they're local people and they're trained role models and they work closely with the young people. But the key thing here of what we do is we listen. We listen a lot to the young people. We listen a lot to the parents. And the research behind it shows that if you actively listen to young people and build up that trust, their level of awareness develops, and they'll start to make good decisions because they can basically feel that safety net of support around them. Over the last 10 years, and we celebrated our 10th year last year, so almost 12 years here, we've worked with over 600 people in Galway. But again, we kind of fly under the radar. We're not a mainstream service. We don't have a drop-in. We don't even have like youth cafes or anything like that. They're all the mainstream service. Youth Advocate Programme is the specialised service that works when it's an intervention to keep young people at home in their families, keep families together and keep young people out of care and keep young people out of the juvenile detention centres. So after 26 weeks, after the 6 months, we use the Youth Work Ireland, the Foroigas, the youth cafes. We use them as part of our programme, as our step-down programme. That over the 6 months programme, that we're encouraging and supporting young people and families to use what's there in the community. That most families don't need this intensive support programme for a long time, and we don't want to be there for a long time. It's an intervention at a time of crisis. We get in, we work with them, and then we get out.
Absolutely fascinating stuff, Andrew. Andrew Chapple, Service Manager for Yap Galway, thanks very much for taking the call today.
Absolute pleasure to be spreading the word. Thank you very much for listening.
Flirt Newsfeed.
Welfare.
Thank you.